David Blanton, we've already started talking a little bit about hunting, but man, so glad to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, man.
Definitely, man. When we talk about going into a hunt and reflecting back on all the years of hunting together, and not only together, but individually, all the hunts and adventures
like we were sitting here, and the other day I was walking, and I said, Michael, you're not going to remember this turkey hunt from 20 years ago, probably.
Yep.
So you're not going to remember this hunt, but remember we went to Flat Rock that morning, and we went down there on that turkey, and we overshot that turkey, and I always wonder, how did me and Michael overshoot that turkey? Because we were better turkey hunters than that. But we ended up killing him.
Yeah, and it was how we even got away with it. I do remember that hunt, and it was amazing. And two, it was early in the season with no leaves on the trees.
No leaves.
I don't know how we didn't spook him, but we didn't.
No leaves.
We got him.
Maybe a real tree.
It was a real tree. He was hiding, baby. Golly, it's so crazy. Obviously, when you look at hunting, that's one thing we want to go into is kind of into some of your favorite things. And obviously, you've hunted literally around the world. If you think about it, you've hunted elk, deer, moose, caribou, a little bit of everything. But
yes.
What's been one of the things you got into here lately that's been one of your favorite things to do?
Well, you've always known back when you came to work at Realtree,
right, that
my passion back then was videoing turkeys.
Yes.
Remember that?
100%.
That was my passion.
I thought that was a little field. Like you remember you tell me, you said, Michael, I would rather video a turkey than shoot a turkey. And I thought that was, because you hear all these things in the hunting industry, I thought there's no way. But it turned out to be true. You were sincere.
If I didn't have seniority over you at Realtree at the time, you would have made me hunt in front of the camera. But I said, no, Michael, I'm pulling trump card on you. I'm running camera. Because I would rather run a camera on a turkey hunt. And now my passion has come all the way back around to my passion is turkey hunting again.
That's crazy.
But now I enjoy going out by myself and filming myself shoot a turkey.
That's crazy. Now, how are you getting away with being able, because turkeys can see, I mean, obviously you got Realtree, but how are you getting away with it?
There's so much that factors into this. It's really cool. Like you can't use...
You're not in the blind, though. You're not sitting in the ground blind.
No, I've got my little camera tripod, my little Realtree fabric, my little chair I sit behind it. I'm looking at the viewfinder. You can't use a strutter decoy or a full fan decoy because what happens is when that gobbler sees that, he's going to come running in to fight. I don't want the turkey running in. I want him...
Because now you can't...
I can't get the kind of footage
you can't get on the gun. You can't...
I want him to get so mesmerized by the decoy, and it makes a big difference. So now I'm using a standing hen and a bedded hen. And if I can get that gobbler to come in and commit, and he starts strutting like Mother Nature wants him to do, like strutting for the hen, by the time he gets up to the decoy, he is so engrossed that I can take that little CBA Scout 410 that's laying on the ground beside me with a Bushnell red dot on it. I can be running with a servo, looking at my screen, and I can, when that turkey gets by that decoy, he is so engrossed, I can pick that 410 up with one hand and kind of shoulder it and lean out from around the camo cover and smoke it.
So you're mainly using the hen decoy. So he's flexing like we were at homecoming with that polo cologne and members only jacket.
He is flexing. But let me tell you something else I've noticed. When that big old gobbler pops up, and a lot of people shoot these turkeys at this point now, they come in, they pop their head up, well, they think they're spooking. You know what I figured out? These old turkeys come in, they see that hen decoys, they pop that head up, and they're looking around. You know what they're looking for? They're looking to make sure there's not a gobbler somewhere else that's going to whip him if he goes into a full strut or a bunch of jakes. He throws that head up, and he looks around, he surveys the area, and then when he doesn't see another gobbler, well, he pulls that old head back in, and that's when he starts putting on a show.
He's like, okay, this is mine.
And by the time he gets to the decoy, I literally think I could stand up, get the gun, stand up, and shoot him.
He's so in love. He's got Michael Bolton and Kenny G in his ear. He's so in love. It's just...
unbelievable.
I finally made it.
And that's what I've enjoyed, is being out there.
That's pretty amazing to dig deep into turkey. And I always thought that people don't dig enough deep into turkey, because you bring up an interesting point, because obviously, if you ask somebody what's your best decoy, a lot of people say what would be the gobbler decoy. I know I would say it. However, in the world of full mounted decoys and strutting decoys and Jake decoys. I do think where a lot of people say you got 100% chance with that gobbler decoy, I think it's still because of what you described. I think it's 50-50 because there's a lot of turkeys come in, they're like, wait a minute, I was coming here looking for love. But then you got 50% of them that break and run.
That's right. That's right.
But I'd say
100%.
all of them are fine with love, right?
But ultimately, what I'm trying to accomplish is get incredible footage of a gobbler strutting and showing off.
And to give you that opportunity
to get him
your
so
leisure,
right. The other
slow
thing,
it down. So
the
you're
other
slowing
thing,
the hunt down.
the other thing you don't want a lot of eyeballs coming in. You
Right.
don't want 2 or 3 turkeys or 4 or 5 turkeys coming in. Because if that happens, you'll never get the gun up off the ground.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that single solitary gobbler. And a lot of times that's later in the morning when that old bird's flown down with his hens. He's bred them. They've gone off. Then he comes in by himself.
Are you saying too, David, are you thinking these turkeys, when they fly down from roost, let's say you was on this turkey at 7 in the morning, just after fly down, you end up killing them at 11 or 12.
12 o'clock.
Do you feel like there was a time you felt like they left the country, but in reality, they only went a half a mile maybe and circled and drifted?
Never have I experienced this, Michael, like I have the last 2 years, because I can't run and gun with all my gear because I'm carrying in the camera, the tripod, my chair, decoys, and a gun.
Right.
I got all that. You can't run a gun.
So
You're
even
committed.
when you want to move, you kind of talk yourself out of
Can't
it.
commit.
Will
So
there
you
be
just-
a time you want like
So you just shut up. You know the power of silence?
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. You and I were talking a minute ago about the old-timey turkey hunters.
That's the way they talked about
Yell
it.
3 times, set the call down. Powerful.
That's unbelievable. You know, and I find myself, every once in a while, I'll go out by myself, usually not trying to video myself because I'm not that good at it, but I have caught myself killing turkeys, slowing down.
Slowing down.
Maybe I have to make a phone call I've been putting off and I'm whispering. I caught myself even one time, I'll never forget, been reading a lot on the Vietnam War. And I remember I looked at this, I'd worked this turkey and he'd left. I'm like, he's henned up.
Yeah.
But I was kind of tired and I started watching this thing on YouTube, I think it was, on the Vietnam. And all of a sudden, before I knew it, I'd been watching this thing like an hour and a half. And all of a sudden I hear a turkey gobble. And I'm like, I hadn't called or nothing. And in my mind, I'm thinking, this can't be right. But your theory of that
Michael,
is just that. I didn't mean, it
It's
wasn't deliberate.
unbelievable. It's
But you're
unbelievable.
deliberately slowing down.
I'm deliberately slowing down.
That's crazy.
Killing turkeys that we would never kill running and gunning.
And I know me and you didn't meet going slow. We were going.
Who slows down anymore?
How are you going to do that hunt with Dale Earnhardt or Jeff Foxworthy?
You just watch him crawl out there like we did.
He'd be gone.
He'd be gone. Yep.
That's
100%,
unbelievable, man. Well, David, golly, dude, it's always good to see you.
Great to see you,
It really
Mike.
is,
Yeah.
man. A lot of memories and adventures.
Love you, brother.
I love you too, and
Yeah,
I mean it. I
mean
really
that
do
too.
love you, brother.
Really do. Yeah.
I want to go turkey hunting with you. You got to teach me some patience.
Let's go. Like, I'm serious.
I just bring my
Let's
little
go.
cot. We'll just take a nap and relax and wake up. And
I had to charge you, though.
That's right. Hey, we'll look a little weird sitting under the same net together on a stool side by side. We'll have some snacks, so. David Blanton.